Why did Eddie Hearn actually put his show on the 22nd of December? He has now decided that he will be doing the Dillian Whyte versus Dereck Chisora fight on December 22nd, the same night as Josh Warrington and Carl Frampton get in the ring for their much anticipated fight. But, I mean, Eddie Hearn knew that that date was set for Frank Warren Promotions and that that fight was going to happen then. So why would he put on the same show at the same night? Well, there is questions to this. I think that it might be a bit of egos in there, because Frank Warren announced the Wilder versus Fury fight on AJ Fight Week to try and take some of the limelight off of that. So I think this is just Eddie Hearn saying that we can do the same thing if we want to, but we can do it better. I think that was what it is. These two have been battling with their egos for a while now. Now, obviously, Matchroom is the larger of the promotion companies because they have loads of other sports also, and they're making it big in America. But that does not mean that Frank Warren cannot put on great shows, because he has done in the past. He has Billy Joe Saunders in his ranks, and Tyson Fury, and Anthony Yarde. He has some great prospects like Daniel Dubois also. So, I mean, he is doing well with his fighters, and he does right by his fighters. He let Billy Joe Saunders, or was going to let him go and fight on DAZN, which was a Matchroom promotion show, just so Billy Joe Saunders could have a greater purse. So he wants the best for his fighters. So you got to give Frank Warren credit for that. He wants the best for his fighters. He's not just thinking about his promotion company. Now, this does create a dilemma, though, for the fans, because Eddie Hearn has decided to go on this date. Now, this may not just be because of what Frank Warren done announcing that fight on AJ Fight Week. It might just be because he can't get Dillian Whyte out after that. It has to be the fact that Dillian Whyte might be taking that April 13th date, and Dillian Whyte wanted a fight in between that, and any fight next year would have been too late. Then he would have had to wait until Anthony Joshua, and Dillian Whyte wants to be active and fight, so that might have been the last date that he could have got with the arena and with Dereck Chisora before possibly an AJ fight. But once again, it's just a great shame for the fans, because most likely most fans of both fights are going to choose one. They're not going to choose to have both. So it's just going to damage the purse of the four fighters and everyone on the undercard. It's just not a great thing that they're both going on the same night. It does create the fact that there is a great now following for boxing in the UK, and shows how much this is growing. You do have football matches on the same night also, which you have to choose between to watch, and you can get updates coming through all the time. It's just with boxing, it's more of a emotional and passionate sport where you want to see the fight. It's not like football where you're playing every week. It happens every 3-4 months. A fighter doesn't fight that often, 2-3 times a year if they're at world level, which is enough really, because they're taking so much punishment and putting their bodies through so much in training camps. So when your favourite fighter does get in the ring, if they're fighting on the same night as another fight you wanted to watch, it just creates a dilemma for you, because you're not probably going to buy both of them. You're going to have to choose. And that's just a great shame for boxing and the fighters also, because they want the following, they want the fans to watch them and try and gain fans if they can, and propel themselves onto the world stage. It's a shame that the Dillian Whyte Dereck Chisora fight couldn't have happened on the Kell Brook card and have that as the main event and have Kell Brook fighting on the undercard instead anyway, because Kell Brook is not fighting a huge opponent. It's just a tune-up fight because he's hoping to have the Amir Khan fight next year. So I think that would have been a better option for boxing. But then again, obviously, he has to think about his business Matchroom also. It is a business, and he is trying to run it as a business and not get emotionally invested in petty little arguments, which he kind of is with Frank Warren at the moment, which is a shame, I think. But I guess it creates great banter for us, the fans. It's just a little side story for us to get invested in and argue about, I guess. But anyway, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think it's bad for boxing that these two fights are happening on the same night? Please let me know. Please also like, share and subscribe to the channel, Crunch Boxing and Sport.